to you. You can't take your pretty face and march outside. I opened the door for you. It wasn't love between us. It wasn't time they caught us. You need to let this go and forget. Just forget who the hell I was. Just forget who the hell I was. Just forget who the Just forget who the hell I was.
Always look to you for a warm embrace that kept me safe and free from harm. These days, everything's changed. Pull me through my darkest days, a constant phase where everything's a game. Always stuck in the day. And I know you needed me to come back home, but I'm not gone, and you gotta find a way to move on, move on. Cause the times are changing, the forces rearrange yourself to fit the way that you feel, and you know I'll always find my way back home to you, home to you.
Hi, so good Saturday afternoon, or good Saturday, good day to you all. My name is Fanny Reinders, and this is the second episode of porting a legacy desktop app to cloud native technology. So in this session, what we will do is I'm at least going to attempt to do a design for Azure so that we can move forward more quickly. So please do stay tuned, and let's see if we can make it work. Cheers. So we're back again. Hope everyone is having a brilliant Saturday afternoon. In this case, in Netherlands, it's Saturday. I'm just chilling, working on some Azure stuff. So let's share the screen and see what's happening here. Right, so I've got a blank canvas, literally a blank canvas, and what we need to do is, going through some screenshots to see how we can split this thing up into multiple kind of Azure functions. But also it's important to decide on the actual data store that we're going to be using. So, well, let's start simple. Let's start with the database first, or actually, let's start with the main thing first, about the job card, actually. So, we have this this screen, this job card screen. It's got a lot of facets and stuff. So one can imagine that can be a function in itself. So the idea is, I think, to make it. Wow, this that's interesting. Showing Azure functions in the live stream, which is quite cool. In any case, so I'm just looking for a Azure function logo. And there we go. I can probably use that one. Let's jump that one in there. And we can call this. Can I label this? How does this work? So by the way, this is Google Drawing. That's alt text. I don't want alt text. I want a caption text. How do I do that? What's alt text if I say? Just want to see if this works. Oh, that's alt text. Does anyone know how to? Let's see. Okay, in that case, we're stuck with the plain old text here. Let's call this the job card functions. And group this. Yeah, you can group this, which is amazing. Okay, we have our job card functions, and that's like responsible for. Can't really zoom in here, or can I? There we go. It's much better. So we have our job card functions, and what else do we have? Let's maybe copy and paste this. Take this guy, copy and paste. It's get a bit annoying here with this thing like this. Alright, so we have that, and we can also have maybe customer functions, I would say, because yet again, at some point you're going to be creating a customer on the fly, so you would be able to sort of add that customer's details towards it. So let's just move it back. So the job card functions will be mainly used for adding, updating, and might be deleting job cards if possible, but basically your CRUD for your job cards. basics, plain and simple, and we would need a customer function there to actually add the customer. So we keep it simple without any organizational things with it, but we do have to think about the organizational structure, the actual company that's doing this thing, because remember, we want to do it multi-tenant. So that's going to be affecting our data store for this whole thing. So at some point, what I also would like, where's that logo, event grid? Maybe that's too complex for now. Just actually looking for a is event hubs or event. Can you believe it? There's no event grids. Well, let's see. Azure event grids. Something like this. Can I move this? That I suppose I can. Yeah, that's cool. I have an image. So this is going to be my backplane communication mechanism between my functions. Oh, I can't move that up there. Sort of make it a bit smaller. Why can't this? Maybe just call this job cards. Its functions is inferred, I would say. Okay, and then I have no idea what the right way of doing this is. Why is this thing? That's funny. It's actually supposed to be showing some random images on my feed. It's because we have cast, stream, slides. For some reason that thing was loaded there, but in any case. Okay, so now let's quickly think about the data structure. So we have obviously multiple options here, and I'm not an expert on this. So Jan, if you are listening, please tweet me what you would say the best data structure would be. My heart goes to Cosmos DB, but the idea is to keep it simple, right? So we start off simple and then we can refactor later on. I just want to see if I can find those. So what I'm going to be doing is plain old table storage, because I think this is fine for now. Even for the job cards, I think table storage is a bit overkill. We'll keep the table storage as JSON blobs. Yeah, I said it, blobs. Maybe that's a bad idea. We'll see. Let's see, where is we'll need a table storage, and we'll store the customers in table storage. And we need a blob storage. Now, if it's a good idea to put it there, because that is or we also might be using table storage for job cards. The thing is that it can be complex. It's a complex object, and I see this as a JSON object that I just want to update and stick it in. But the problem is, if there are more than one update, it might have conflicts. So I have no idea if Cosmos can handle partial document updates by many people. Is it even a requirement? We don't know. So yet again, keep it simple. That's the rule. We'll just drop in a little storage there. This guy. That's a bit annoying. Okay, so that has that, and can I add a? Oh yeah, of course not. I have to sort of. Okay. Let me say. Say JSON, for instance, and we have a little dependency. We'll draw some dependencies here. So we have that dependency go there. Oops. Like I said, this is very, very, very early stages, and we have also a dependency going there. Then we copy paste. Customer data. Okay, so I've heard an interesting concept from let's open my Twitter. Interesting concept. Let's go downstairs from Eric Lieben. Eric. He is one of the designers or one of the developers at Urela, and I was actually thinking of implementing Urela as a front end, but maybe we can get Eric on the show, and he can sort of step us through, maybe help us to design some kind of a composite UI front end. Using a SPA or something that's driven by a CDN or something. So that's also important. So somewhere here, I would need a CDN. Isn't there a CDN here? Can you believe it? CDN. Yes, of course there's a CDN. So this component will be, let's see, that's our CDN. And then Cosmos is an option, so maybe just let's put Cosmos here. Oh, I have to search for it. Cosmos, right? Cosmos DB icon. Let's drag that guy in here. Let me know it's there. Hopefully you guys can hear me well enough, because I think the first stream's quality of the sound wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. Alright, so this is the event grid, so events. We're going to communicate all the business events to. So for instance, if a job card is created, the customer can be created, etc, etc, etc. Also, to be clear, that the CRM is a bounded context on its own. Meaning, can I do that here? Can I draw like a shape around this? Cool. So like that, but no fill, so transparent. So that's a bounded context on its own, and the same goes for the jobs, right? The idea is that we can keep it lean. So the custom information is duplicated in a JSON, but it's also replicated at the CRM side of things. So because it might be a different facet in our system. I would say we can do like the same for users, but I'm afraid the users thing is a bit different. I wonder if you can do that kind of thing. If we can. Oh no, I can't select inside there. That's a bit annoying. But let's just say I copy that guy out. We'll need some kind of user management, right? But I wanted the user management to go to, that's still debatable. Because I don't really want to store passwords. Oh, that's this other screen. Company. This one here. We have administrator and users. So I would like this thing to be able to connect to Azure AD B2C or something, where a guy can either make use of his or connect his how can I say this, his Google account, and if he has permission he can access the system. But yet again, simplicity. So for now we'll just draw the user management function there. We can add the B2C, is that available? Not even. AD. Let's see, Azure AD B2C icon. A lot of icons I have that's not available. Okay, well, we'll just have to stick with AD icon. That can work. This is actually a much better icon. It kind of sucks. There we go. Throw this one in here. So whatever this will be, it will be, I suppose. So is there a possibility of me arranging this canvas a bit, because we're running out of space? How do we arrange format? How do one resize canvas? Page setup. Okay, well, which is, oh, here we go. There we go. Nice. Like a widescreen setup. Well, that doesn't. This helps. Look, that's easy. Cool. That's quite cool. All right, so we have our user management that might potentially use Azure AD. We have our database, that's database infrastructure that might be Cosmos. We'll just keep that guy there. Maybe I'll just use all my items that I might be using here. Our events, it's important. Just group this guy together. Our events, and I would like my front end to be served from a CDN. So if that's a good idea, we don't know yet. So let's just say assets. So let's see, group that. Okay, so basically that's a start. What else do we have? So we can save job cards, we can save customers, and that obviously, you know, that fires off. That's a bit. Can I just send this to back maybe? Send to back. This one. Order send to back. So the idea is that this emits events. Just do that. Elbow connector. That's maybe better. Oops. Still learning also this wonderful wonderful experience. So in any case, so this customers will also submit events, and user management will also most probably submit a event or 6. The problem is now connectors is a bit like that. That should be fine. That is fine. That is also fine. Maybe make it a different endpoint, like here or something. Just kind of what I want. You know what? I actually don't like these arrows. It's a bit annoying. Let's just use a arrow icon. You map it to there. You map one to there. Map one to there. That can work. Yeah, simple enough. And then the front end will be there. So we obviously also need, if we're going to be exposing an API, that's also some of the ideas I've been spitballing with, is kind of a gateway. It's kind of a, maybe this is also an idea to have all my APIs kind of exposed as, maybe this is not a good thing. Let's just do this whole infra a bit different, a bit pedantic. Like this. Like, come on. There we go. That should be fine. Yeah, so I'll just maybe the thing is, this one should be there, that one should be there. All right. Okay, now let me just see if I've got some space here left beneath, because this guy can go, you know, like there. It all depends on what we want to do, so maybe just resize this a bit. This thing is starting to annoy me. There we go. Okay. Maybe the text is too much, but in any case, I think for now this is fine. We'll just draw a few arrows and lines and boxes to make this thing work properly. Actually, put this thing there. Group, there we go, customer data. Okay, so I have my assets that's basically sitting here. Just want to see if I can resize this canvas even a bit more. I don't have any chat, so that's fine. Let's move this up a bit. Okay, so I've got my API management sitting here. And this is basically feeding. Maybe I'm overdoing it, I don't know. But it's surfacing an API for my front end. Right? And then, yeah. Is that you spell Ariella? UI? Oh, pardon me. Let's see. Can that be the logo? Yeah. Let's just use this logo. Can't create some images. What? Download image. Just like a SVG. Can you believe it? Okay, fine. Drop your files, yeah, well, how do you, like that? No. How do you drop files? How do you convert? Ariella. You know what we'll do? We'll just do a snip. We'll just be old school. How's that? How is that? We'll just chuck that one in there. And we'll have a front end based on that. Okay. There we go. It's also dependent on our assets. All the JavaScript goodness will be there. And I suppose there's a it's a bit tricky to draw this, but there should be a Azure AD component to this whole thing. So I think this is kind of what we're aiming towards. If you guys have any suggestions, please feel free to tweet me. And then let's just see if we have everything now. So we have this company users. We've got our. We do not have our company details yet, so we'll just keep that out of scope for now. We have our customers, which is fine. We can create customers. We have our job card, and that's basically it. So I will vNext Azure design. I will save this. Let's do that right now. Download as. Ooh, cool. How do I save this as a Google version, because I also want to continue on it. But for now, let's just save it as a PNG, and we'll add it to our assets here. Oh, can't do it like that. Well, that's great. How do you probably have to sign in, eh? Can I do that now? Yeah. Cool. Spitballing some ideas. Right, so that should be there. There we go. That should be there. So Jan, if you're listening, please let me know. Any case, it's actually funny because we need to go now. It was fun sorting out this whole design. So yeah, thank you guys for yet again another stream. It's been fun, and do stay tuned for the next episodes. We will actually be working on some of these things. Meanwhile, I will try to get these work items into kind of a into GitHub as issues, or maybe Azure DevOps, depending on what we're going to be using. But yeah, do stay tuned, and then we'll have a session again soon. Cheers. Thank you for everyone.